What is up, guys? Good morning. This is day 2 of the trip, and now we are of course still in the Airbnb in Estonia. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and wow, check out this view that you actually wake up to, and check out the colors of the sky. It's so beautiful. It's nice and purple and everything, just so peaceful. But oh my god, we have a balcony here in the Airbnb. But let me tell you this, the weather is so cold. I don't know who will be in their right mind to take a seat here and have a cup of coffee, because right now it's -2 degrees. We're just gonna do our laundry and pick up our stuff before we actually head out for breakfast. So hopefully we can find something nice and warm. It's no wonder they like having their soups here, because oh my god, it's cold. Okay, so we have done taking a poop. This guy has had some instant noodles, and I'm on a bit of a diet because we ate too much KFC yesterday. And now it's about 7 a.m. Very nice and cooling in the morning, of course. Again, the roads are still frosted, so you really got to watch out for the roads, because if you're vlogging like this and you're not paying attention and you step on a piece of ice, there goes your hip, man. You probably need a hip replacement after that. So this is how the Estonia looks in the morning in the capital of Tallinn, and it's I would say moderately busy at 7 o'clock. A fair bit of vehicles on the road, and this is how it looks with a wider angle and a wider perspective. Fair bit of people early in the morning at 7 a.m. I don't know where they're heading to, but probably work and school. Saw a few kids running out of the apartments as well. This one here has a Turkish flag on it. This little building here, and it's probably the Turkish embassy, I would suppose. And of course, a very nice traditional architecture. These buildings are about like 150, 200 years of age. And some of these buildings here are actually from the medieval times of the 13th to 16th century. Estonia probably has a pretty good art scene as well. And this is a music school, and whew, it's nice. Temperature right now is about
-2.
Oh, it's -2 right now.
They will increase like 2 or 3 degrees.
Also, as the day goes along, the temperature is just gonna get warmer. And there's some very nice architecture here as well. These are apartments. We walked past them late last night, and they seem to be like loft units. So I would say the lifestyle here is pretty good. This one here is pretty cool. It's a dentist, and it's situated in like a super old building. Made out of like wood panels and stuff, and you can see the really old style of architecture, but I have no idea what style of architecture this is. It could be like Soviet style, I'm not sure, right? Okay, it's built in 1878, so that's a really old building. And what's the English word for, like, you know, juxtapose, I think it's called. So there's like really like the old style, and just opposite there's like a nice new modern building with a salon and everything. So where are we heading?
We go to the old town.
And we're heading to the old town, which again is a medieval area, and the buildings are from like the 13th to 16th century from what I've read. So only about 10% of the buildings have been destroyed so far during the World War. So war is never a good thing, and you know, with the situation going on in Ukraine and monuments and buildings getting destroyed, yeah, it's just not cool, man. Oh man, please just stop the war and, you know, have a negotiation on the table or something. Just not freaking shoot missiles all over each other and stuff. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more of some B-rolls of the city, and I'll catch you guys in the old city. So we're heading towards the old town, and this place literally looks like it's from medieval times, with like a castle looking building. And of course, it's fit for a king. Burger King. That's right. Cold joke for days. So yes, this is it, the old town, and it literally looks like it's from the medieval times. Nothing has been touched, or rather minimal alterations have been done to the place since the 13th to 16th century. I think we can't really put a definitive timeline on it, but yeah, it's looking awesome. So there's this restaurant right here called Old Hansa,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and apparently while they're serving you, they'll call you my lord. So if you have a fetish for being a medieval lord,
When you met Raymond,
that's probably the place you want to be.
they ask you want to use cash or magic card?
What card?
Magic card.
Magic card,
Yeah. They're not the card.
not credit card. So most of the shops here don't open until about 10 a.m. in the morning, and a lot of the guys, they're just basically cleaning up the place, getting ready for business. So only the flower shops will open, so that's not gonna help. And this here is the city hall, and wow, it looks amazing from the side. So it's really early in the morning right now, so there's still really no shops or businesses open. You can hear some church bells and stuff, but other than that, the early morning is just a good time to walk around and wait for the restaurants to open for breakfast. It's no wonder this guy ate the cup noodles in the hotel. I thought I was gonna go out for some potatoes and steak, but apparently there are no shops open yet, so we have to wait. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can actually hear in the background. There are some sirens going off. Oh, it stopped, right? But there was like a war siren going off, and according to my nephew, it's that they're actually rehearsing for an invasion or like for a war situation. And once you hear that, you are supposed to go into the bunkers underground to take shelter. So I think the war situation right now in Europe is like legit, right? It's like everyone's trying to get ready for it, but of course no one wants it to happen. But wow, it's kind of like an experience for me as well, to be this close to like you know, some fighting and stuff. So after walking around the old city for like a half an hour or so, it is really amazing how they have kept like the original plans of like the medieval times right up till today. Almost like 90% of architecture, and even the roads here are original to the date, or at least kept to the style of the medieval times. And that's really that old nostalgic feeling, you know, and it really gives soul to a city, right? So unlike where I'm from, everything is kind of like renewed every few years, and we just demolish a whole bunch of things, although we still keep some heritage buildings. But in cities like this, where they keep up to like 99% of the buildings in original condition, you know, the old times is so strong, and you can literally feel it. So it's about 8 a.m. and there's still no breakfast. And check out the lifestyle here, it's so fantastic, right? There's these Estonian guys and girls just doing ice skating right now. So good at ice skating, obviously, because they live in the cold, right? If I actually stepped onto the ice skating ring, I'll look like Bambi, you know? I'll look like Bambi on ice. Freaking, I'll have like the newborn elephant legs. Okay, so this is what they do in Estonia. Instead of sun tanning, they have snow tanning. So if you are up for it, I'm just kidding by the way, but yes, you can strip down to your boxers and actually snow tan in the freezing temperatures of Estonia. So we finally found a place for breakfast that's open. I'm gonna catch some warmth inside the breakfast place. Oh, it's super warm right now. Like there's a heater and everything. So let's see what's a typical breakfast in Estonia. So
Okay,
prices
got
about 3 to 4 euros.
Herring.
Oh yeah, there's a herring sandwich. There's a barbecue wrap. And there's some granola and stuff, I guess. A bunch of pastries. But definitely looking for something savory. Oh, there's a menu, but oh yeah, they have it in English, so that helps. Okay, I'm just gonna order breakfast and catch up with you guys in a bit. Okay, so to start off breakfast, as you can see, the restaurant is so beautiful. I'm gonna have this, I don't know what it's called, but there's like herring fish on the bread. I think that's like the typical, what is it, like Nordic? That's a latte. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna try the herring, which is like, I don't know, you gotta eat the herring like dish when you come to this part of the world, right? So here goes. It just tastes like fish.
This is the special bread.
Okay, so this bread is special. What's so special about the bread?
They call the dark bread. So
Dark
they
bread,
make
okay.
some with gluten free.
Oh, it's gluten free?
Yeah. So it's very special here.
Oh wow. Okay. So tastes like a biscuit. The bread tastes like a biscuit, so that's like the base layer. And then the fish is what you would expect, right? Tastes pretty much like a cross between sardines and tunas. And then they have like sliced boiled eggs and onions, which gives it a good mix of flavors. So yes, I think I'm going to enjoy my stay here in Europe. Oh, sorry for the mess. It's nothing like eating messy. So I'm gonna wait for the next dish and do that reviews as well. So for the next dish, it's actually a duck borscht. I hope I'm not murdering all the food names here. And it comes with these like little sauces, which
Caesar salad with chicken
I think you're supposed to mix in.
and scrambled eggs with bacon.
But that's all our food that's just arrived. And yeah, so they come with these little dishes of sauces. And I think you're supposed to mix it into the borscht. I hope I'm not murdering the process of like eating the dish as well, but I'm just gonna do it. And this guy's taking photos. This smells like sour cream, I think. Oh yeah, it is. Some sort of a yogurt. So you're supposed to mix the yogurt inside as well, and I think
This sour cream.
that will be like really good. You like the yogurt?
Yeah.
And then the last one is like maybe, I don't know, parsley or chives. What is this?
Onion.
Onion? Or spring onions. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, and then I suppose I'm just gonna add everything in, and that's how it looks like right now. So I think that's pretty awesome. It has a bit of, I'm not sure, like Russian influence, I would say. And I'm not sure how hot this is, but I'm gonna try a spoonful of this nice hot borscht. It's not too hot. They don't serve it like super duper hot, and that's good. But I would prefer if it came a little bit warmer, because the weather is like really cold outside. But on the whole, it's like beetroot, a nice duck stock, and like shredded duck meat inside. So it really goes well with the yogurt. So definitely not like anything close to what we have in Asia, and it but coming from Singapore, right, we are so cosmopolitan that Western fare or European fare is not new to us as well. But here we get to try like the authentic versions of it. So I'm so appreciative. I really so this trip is like godsend for me, right? Having taking 2 years of traveling, this is really refreshing, and it literally keeps me alive. Okay, so I think I literally did it, right? So you guys know my page is called Over Order Bread, right? So this is why I'm called Over Order Bread. I ordered the scrambled eggs as well, because that's like what I typically eat for breakfast in Singapore, right? But check this out. Okay, so this is how they prepare the scrambled egg dish. They have like these marinated onions that are purple in color. I thought they were pickled onions, but according to the chef right here, it's actually marinated onions. It's obviously on a piece of beautiful toast, looks like sourdough, but or sourdough-ish kind of bread. This is probably fried cheese, right?
Yeah,
It's
cheese.
fried cheese. It's got avocados or avo, and of course, serving of bacon with little cherry tomatoes and some garnish of parsley. So this is freaking heaven. Like, this is like my dream breakfast. This is like the breakfast for champions. So I'm just gonna devour this and kind of I'm gonna deconstruct this dish for you guys one by one, dish by dish, ingredient by ingredient. And cherry tomatoes, I think that's pretty international. Can't go wrong with that. So I'm gonna try this pickled onion. I think it's pickled onions, but according to the chef, it's marinated onions. So this is a verdict, right? If it's sour, it's definitely pickled. Oh, it's not sour, so you're right. It was literally marinated with. Let's have the chef explain how they actually marinate the onions, okay? So this guy is quite legendary, right? So he's from Vietnam, comes from a very humble family, started to have an interest in tourism and hospitality and culinary stuff, and he landed himself a diploma, right? Here?
Yeah.
He's gonna finish a diploma in Finland with regards to like culinary stuff. So this is how they actually make the marinated onions.
So for the marinated onion, they got the formula, the standard one. So 1-1-1. We can 1 liter of sugar, 1 liter of water, and 1 liter of vinegar. You mix up together, then you cook with onion.
Ah, okay. So definitely not pickled, and it's gonna blend really well with like the eggs and the bread and everything as well. So man, I'm just so excited to eat this. So the only thing that I think can be added to this is actually ketchup, but I think that might spoil the flavors, right? So I'm just gonna have it as it is. So let's try the bacon. Oh, the bread's bigger than I thought. It's a huge like slice of bread. So Estonian bacon. I don't think it's gonna be very different from normal bacon where I'm from. So let's go. Yeah, the bacon is not dry. It's not crispy and solid like the American style of bacon, right? Because in America they literally go crazy over like the frying process, and they freaking over fry the bacon to an extent that it's not juicy anymore. There's no there's no more juices in the meat. Okay, so this is the bread with the onions. So it's not a sourdough bread. So I don't think sourdough is a big thing here, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a normal loaf. I don't know what bread it is, but still definitely freshly baked and very nice and springy. It's got that texture. It's not like soggy with the juices and the oils of the eggs and stuff. So it's very, very well prepared. So food in Estonia is amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna try the scrambled eggs on the toast right now. So the food here is typically very fresh. You can really taste the freshness of the food. I believe it's all local produce, and probably due to the weather, yeah, the food does basically taste a lot fresher. And the scrambled egg style is also not Gordon Ramsay style, so it's a little bit drier than the Gordon Ramsay style. It's not runny, it's a little bit drier. So I don't know if that's an Estonian thing or if that's just the style of this restaurant, but it's still good. The next is the fried cheese. This is something that I really want to try. So let me just try the fried cheese. Oh man, I mean, it's Europe, right? So how wrong can the cheese go? The cheese is absolutely amazing as well. I'm gonna keep it for later. Save the best for last. That's my philosophy. So the only last ingredient on the plate that I haven't reviewed is the avocados. They don't grow avocados here, right? Yeah, so avocados are probably imported. But let's have a taste of how the avocados blend into like a European breakfast. So you have that fusion, that bistro style taste, and yeah, on the whole, all the ingredients and stuff, they go really well together. And this costs about €7,
7 or 8.
7 or 8 euros. So it's about 10-12 Sing dollars, which is very reasonable because a bistro near my place in Singapore sells something similar to this with a lower quality for like $20 or like $20 plus. So this is I wouldn't say it's a good deal, but I'll say it's manageable. Catch up with you guys in a bit once we finish breakfast. Okay, so we're done with breakfast and now we are heading back to the hotel and going back to the hotel to sort out our baggage, and we're heading to the Tallinn airport to fly to Sweden, right? And this flight is so funny, right? Because I don't know how we got like this deal, but the flight from Tallinn to Sweden only costs us 30 euros for the both of us, so that is 15 euros per person. Man, that's like cheaper than some of my taxi rides. In fact, most of my taxi rides. Checking out of the Airbnb, and we're heading to the Tallinn airport to catch a plane to Sweden. And as mentioned, this was the one that only cost 15 euro to fly from Tallinn, Estonia to Sweden. And yeah, we're gonna take a tram there. So trams, typically you got to book by the app system, and you got to download the app, and it only costs 1.5 euros to get to the airport from here. So just walking to the tram station right now, and time right now is about close to 1 p.m. and there are a lot more people on the streets than in the morning. So as you can see, I think that would be the tram that we might be catching, but oh man, I think we're gonna do a run for it. Let's see if we are in time to catch the tram. Yes, we are. Just boarding the tram right now. Whew. A bit of a run. This is a typical tram in Estonia. This is how it looks like. The driver up front. Just tap the ticket. Do you still sit here? Okay. Yep. So see you guys at the airport. So we have just got off the tram, which is the station of the airport, and it doesn't stop directly at the airport. I don't know why that is. So the airport is just up front over there, which is about 500 meters away from the tram stop. So if you were to take like the equivalent of an Uber to the airport, it will be about 6 to 7 euros. But both of us, our tickets only cost 3 euros. I would have paid for the Uber because it's only a couple of euros more, but I wanted the experience of like riding on a tram in Estonia, so that's what I got. And if you're ever in like Estonia or Finland and you're wondering why the roads are laden with all these pebbles, what they do is they actually throw all these pebbles over the snow so that you don't slip. So I guess that's a pretty ingenious way to have a non-slip snow, right? So about 5 minutes walk more to the airport, and yeah, I'll probably take a little tour around the airport and show you how it's like in the airport as well in Estonia. Okay, so we're now in the airport. There's no check-in process for Ryanair. I've just got to scan a QR code, which is the ticket. There were some security measures, so keep your liquids in a separate transparent bag and stuff like that, the basics. And yeah, once you're through, you'll walk past duty free, which is this. All kinds of perfumes, tobacco, some drinks and alcohol, and thereafter you will just make your way to the transit lounge. Holy cow, they have a KFC here, which I'm having a little bit of a phobia right now because we ate so much KFC in Finland. So we'll just, you know, chill out somewhere and wait for our boarding. So on the contrary from being a normal airport, right, every gate, like boarding gate in the Estonian like airport has a theme, and this one here, as you can see, is like the table tennis theme. So the one I was at previously, because they just changed my boarding gate, there was a piano down there, so it's like a musical theme boarding gate, and then there was one with actual board games for you to play. So it's pretty interesting that they have such quirky decor for their boarding gates. That's super awesome. check out that one, chess team boarding gate. Okay, so this is the experience of going on my first Ryanair travel. Basically, we're just walking out into the runway. That's the plane that only cost 30 euro for the both of us, and that's even including a priority boarding and as well as a priority baggage as well. So that's crazy cheap. So interesting experience to be on the tarmac of the Estonian runway. Little steps up, not very big people friendly, but yeah, it is what it is. And this is the plane, a typical A380 looking thing. Maisa. Okay, so that was the 45-minute airplane trip, Ryan airplane trip from Estonia to Sweden. Not much security checks, definitely no COVID checks. I think Sweden is like one of the first EU countries to actually get rid of all the COVID restrictions. And the flight was very eventful. The scenery on the flight was absolutely awesome. So if you check out some of the B-rolls that I shot from the aeroplane window, you'll see that while we're traveling across the ocean, right, and into Sweden, a lot of the water bodies are still frozen, even though it's March right now. And I don't think the temperature is gonna go up very much from Estonia to Sweden. So I think the temperatures outside is still going to be freezing cold. So let's just get checked out of this airport and perhaps find something to eat. Are you hungry? Are you hungry?
Not yet. How
not
are
hungry?
you?
Really?
We can eat in the city.
This guy only had a salad and he's still not hungry yet.
Yeah.
It's already about 2, what time is it?
2:30.
2:30. And we'll have another half a day in Sweden, and tomorrow we'll be taking a train down to Copenhagen, Denmark. So let's get some food. Right, so the advantages of being a one-bag travel person is that we don't have to collect the baggage and we can just check out the airport immediately. And yeah, it's totally awesome. It's a great experience so far, the first 2 days. And yes, we will be getting some food. Express train to the city for 2 of us costs 3.99, and it's about 37 euros. And it departs from the airport every 18 minutes. Okay, so we were quite lucky. The moment we landed, the train came within like 5 minutes. So yeah, there was no wait for us. And because we were flying in from Estonia, we didn't have to go through immigration as well. So yeah, it's pretty good. And we're now downloading some apps in order to take like the buses and trains in the city. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the city, man.